Shemai Bob! Hello everyone, I'm Jason Shepherd from the Learn Welsh podcast. You've asked me to make some changes to the Learn Welsh podcast lessons. I'm going to tell you what they are. First of all, I know, look, it's grown too big. I need to shave it down. I just haven't had time. I look like I am getting ready to be Santa Claus. Yes, I've grown the beard ready now in September, and then I'm going to the local grotto in the supermarket in December. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas! No, not really. I will shave it down. Next time you see me, less beard, less hair. Well, my head's doing that naturally. Less hair because I'll be shaving it down. Yeah. Okay, what are the changes that you've asked for? Well, number one, you've asked me to break the lessons up. So instead of teaching the North and South Wales variations on words and phrases in one lesson, you've asked me to split them into two. So from now on, we'll have a North Wales version of the lessons and a South Wales version of the lessons. This is only going to affect the beginner's course, the main lesson that I do. And one of the things I can do helping you North Wales learners is I can help you with the sound so that you can sound more like a North Wales speaker. So in that version of the lesson, I will be helping you to sound more North Wales. I can help you with certain sounds and in the phrases, certain lilts in the accent. And yes, I know I'm from South Wales. That doesn't sound likely, but I can help you with some of that. So that's what we'll be doing in the North Wales lessons. In the South Wales lessons, it's business as usual. Me with my deep voice saying, hello, Shemai. No, I will help you the same way as usual. Okay, second thing. Some of you are finding the lessons a bit long. You know, if you're learning Welsh or any language, a 10 to 15 minute section is probably the best to learn from. But my lessons are going up to 26 minutes and probably would get longer, 30 minutes, 35. So what are we doing? We're cutting them down. So all the lessons from now on will be 10 to 15 minutes, 15 minutes maximum. And that means you've got a smaller chunk of language to learn, and you can learn that for as long as you need to before moving on to the next lesson. So I'll also be going back to the earlier lessons and breaking them up. So for example, lesson 1 will now be 1 and 2, lesson 2 will be 3 and 4, lesson 3 will be 5 and 6, and so on. And for now, the old lessons are called omnibus editions, and they'll be numbered appropriately. And that means that this lesson today is lesson 14, not lesson 8 as it should have been. Lesson 14. And what's happening today in lesson 14, Jason? Well, I'm glad you asked me. What are we doing today? We are looking at the word Hoffi, to like or liking, and we're going to make sentences saying about what things we like. And we're going to start off with looking at sports. So if you're a big sports fan and you want to know the names of the sports and how to say if you like watching them or playing them, this is the lesson for you.
The other day, a friend and his wife invited me and my wife, Amanda, to their house for dinner. Now, they wanted to make sure Amanda and I enjoyed our time with them, so they made sure to find out what food and drink we really liked and what foods we didn't like. Now, I will eat most things, but I absolutely hate bananas. Even the smell of them makes me feel nauseous. If they hadn't asked me about the foods I like, then I may have been presented with banoffee pie, and of course I would have looked really rude if I refused to eat it. This just shows that sometimes it's important to know what people like and dislike. At other times it's just a great way of finding out if you have something in common with the person you're talking to. For example, there was this man I knew in Swansea who was a friend of a friend. We'd have a quick conversation if we bumped into each other in the street, but that was it. One day we were talking and TV shows came up in the conversation. I found out that he was a big Doctor Who fan like myself, and it really bonded us, and we soon became close friends. All because we discussed our likes and dislikes. The important word in this lesson is Hoffi, which means to like or liking. Hoffi. Hoffi. What's a good way to remember this word? Well, we can rhyme it. Hoffi rhymes with coffee. And coffee is the word for the drink in English and Welsh, although the spelling is different. So you could say to yourself, Dwi'n hoffi coffee. I like coffee. Dwi'n hoffi coffee. We have dwi'n, which means I or I am. Hoffi, to like or liking. So dwi'n hoffi, I like or I am liking. And coffee, spelt C-O-F-F-I. Dwi'n hoffi coffee. I like coffee. And that rhyme, hoffi coffee, is going to help you to remember that hoffi means to like. It must be a good one to learn hoffi coffee because you ask any Welsh person who doesn't speak Welsh and that is the one phrase that they will know. You ask anybody and they'll go, oh, I don't speak Welsh, but I can say hoffi coffee. And I think it means I like coffee or I want a coffee. And do you want a coffee? No, I'll stick with this, thanks. A Gavin and Stacey joke for you there. So if people who don't speak Welsh remember hoffi, then you certainly will. Hoffi is a versatile word. You can use it for items you like coffee and tea, but you can also use it for activities. So we could add the word for to walk, walk in, which is cerdded, cerdded, spelt C-E-R, giving us that R sound, cer, followed by a double D, th, and an E-D, cerdded, cerdded. Dwi'n hoffi cerdded. I like walking. Dwi'n hoffi cerdded. Many people are sports fans these days, so let's make some sport-related sentences. I could say, Dwi'n hoffi rugby. I like rugby. Dwi'n hoffi rugby. Rugby in English and Welsh are very similar, but the Welsh version has a rolling R, and you emphasise the syllables slightly more. Rugby. Rugby. So saying I like rugby, what does that mean? Do you like watching the game? Do you like playing the game? Do you like looking at photos of the game? Drawing pictures of it? You know, it's not specific. Let's be more specific. If we add the word chwarae, chwarae, spelled C-H-W-A-R-A-E, into the sentence, chwarae means to play or playing. Dwi'n hoffi chwarae rugby. I like playing rugby. Dwi'n hoffi, I like, chwarae, playing rugby. Dwi'n hoffi chwarae rugby. Dwi'n hoffi chwarae rugby. And one thing I need to let you know is that sometimes people will shorten chwarae to warae or even ware. So instead of dwi'n hoffi chwarae rugby, you'll hear dwi'n hoffi ware rugby. So just be aware of that so that if you hear them say ware or warae instead of chwarae, you'll know what they mean. So you may not actually play a sport. Lots of people don't play but love to watch sports. So the word to watch is gwylio, spelt G-W-Y-L-I-O, gwylio. Gwylio. And let's change the sport. Let's say that I like watching cricket. Now cricket in Welsh is cricket. Cricket. Spelt C-R-I-C-E-D. So we don't have the letter K in Welsh. But this K sound that we get from the K in cricket, In Welsh, it comes from that hard C sound. Cricket. Cricket. So let's make the sentence. Dwi'n hoffi gwylio cricket. I like watching cricket. Dwi'n hoffi gwylio cricket. So far, we have made I like sentences using dwi and the apostrophe N, followed by hoffi. Dwi'n hoffi. I like. But we can easily make that about somebody else using the affirmative form, which is just a fancy way of saying he is, she is, they are, we are, which I have already taught you. Mae e, mae hi, dy ni, dy chi, mae nhw, etc. And all we're going to do is use those with the apostrophe N followed by hoffi. So he is, mae e, plus the apostrophe N, followed by hoffi. He likes, or he is liking. But in English it sounds more normal to translate it as he likes. Mae e'n hoffi. Mae e'n hoffi. Let's pick a sport. Snooker. Snooker in Welsh, similar to the English. It's snooker with a rolling R, and each syllable is said evenly. Snooker. Snooker. That little rolling R at the end. Snooker. Now you know how to say he likes and snooker. Make the sentence. You say it first and then I'll say it after. Da iawn. Very good. It's mae e'n hoffi snooker. He likes snooker. Mae e'n hoffi snooker. Mae e'n hoffi snooker. She likes is just mae hi, followed by the apostrophe N, and hoffi. Mae hi'n hoffi. Mae hi'n hoffi. Let's give you another sport. So let me give you 3 sports. Any of the sports with ball in the name, football, baseball, basketball, ball is pêl. Pêl. So football or soccer is pêl-droed. Pêl-droed. It sounds like you're in Star Wars and you see C-3PO, but he's not looking his usual bright colour. He's a pêl-droed. Look at that pêl-droed C-3PO. Notice droid has got a rolling R. Droid. Pêl-droed. Now here's something for the Americans. I'd never forget about you guys. Baseball is pêl-vas. 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 And basketball is pêl-fasged. Now I'm sure you've guessed from that basket in Welsh is basged. With a D, not a T at the end. Basged. But it mutates after pêl. Pêl-fasged. Pêl-fasged. Basketball. So we have pêl-droed, football, soccer, pêl-vas, baseball, and pêl-fasged, basketball. So I want you to say, in Welsh, she likes football. You say it first, and then I will say it after you. Da iawn, very good. It's mae hi'n hoffi pêl-droed. She likes football. Mae hi'n hoffi pêl-droed. Now it is time for a quick recap. We looked at dwi'n hoffi, I like, and you could add words to that to make sentences such as dwi'n hoffi cerdded. I like walking. Dwi'n hoffi cerdded. Or dwi'n hoffi rugby. I like rugby. Dwi'n hoffi rugby. By adding gwylio, we could say Dwi'n hoffi gwylio rugby. I like watching rugby. Dwi'n hoffi gwylio rugby. Chwarae, to play or playing. Dwi'n hoffi chwarae rugby. I like playing rugby. Dwi'n hoffi chwarae rugby. Then we learned some other sports. We learnt pêl-droed, which is football or soccer. Pêl-droed. Snooker, which is snooker. Snooker. Cricket. 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 Pêl-fas. Baseball. Pêl-fas. And pêl-fasged. Basketball. Pêl-fasged. And we could make sentences about other people by adding mae ein hoffi, he likes, or mae hi'n hoffi, she likes. Mae ein hoffi snooker. He likes snooker. Mae ein hoffi snooker. Mae hi'n hoffi cricket. She likes cricket. Mae hi'n hoffi cricket. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, why not give it a thumbs up? If you enjoy the Learn Welsh podcast videos, why not subscribe? And if you want to be notified every time a video comes out, just click that little bell next to the subscribe button and you will be notified every time. If you've enjoyed the lessons, find them useful in your learning of the Welsh language, and would like to support us in some way, you can go to Patreon and support us there. Patreon.com/learnwelsh. Or if you don't like Patreon, because not everybody does, then you can join the Learn Welsh Podcast Club. It's $5.99 a month. It's cheaper if you pay yearly, and you get lots of extra learning materials to go with the main lessons. You can find out more about the Learn Welsh Podcast Club by going to learnwelshnow.co.uk. Big thank you to all of you. Diolch yn fawr iawn for all the support, all the comments, the thumbs up, just being part of the Learn Welsh podcast community. Thank you. Diolch. Well, it's time to go. Big thanks to Dav the Bard and Mynevio.com for the theme tune, and I'll see you soon. Hwyl! Bye!